It's Johnny. Is Social Security a scam? Now, we all understand it's probably the worst investment tool that can ever be used against the American people, that pays out the least and has the least amount of benefits. But is it a scam? They sure work every direction and every possibility not to pay you. But you pay into them involuntary. You don't have a choice. Comes directly out of your check. They get your money without exception. But they don't, their plan that is the worst investment plan in the world doesn't want to pay. How is that possible? You pay into something your whole life, and then you hire an attorney that changes it where everything's against you. I paid in my whole life, and they ended up telling me $1,700 is what I was going to end up getting, and I said, who can live on that? I had a bunch of medical issues, and I got up to 400 pounds and was retaining a bunch of water, man. I guess I got the VA, so I don't know what's the matter with me. I was hoping that I quit the Department of Corrections after 12 years under medical conditions. But then what's the easiest job you can do? There's got to be a way to make a living. And it was driving. It's just, it was detrimental for me, man. Stationary, seated positions and that type of food on the road was rough on me, man. That's probably the worst job I could have got. But I tried it, and then I couldn't drive anymore, so I started hiring drivers to see, well, maybe I can own the... I tried everything I could up until I ran out of credits in 2020, and then I said, all right, I'm going to take my VA and I'm going to take my Social Security and I'm going to listen to the doctors, and this is what we're going to do. Except for Social Security don't have to pay. Well, we're not going to pay you. Well, hold on a minute. How disabled are you? So y'all know that fight. And then they say, well, okay, hold on a minute. You're disabled. We understand that you've got restrictions, but we're going to deny you. So then I got an attorney, and what the attorney did was detrimental to me. He said, hey man, we got to take you out of 2020, and we're going to move you to 2022. And I said, why would I give up 2 years of back pay? Because then you're guaranteed approval. The only problem is when he moved me out of my quarters, I don't qualify for the insurance. I qualify for the disabilities. And then they can use all your income against you where they don't have to pay. Insurance companies do not pay 30% of the time. The 70% they do pay, it's negotiated. And the world's largest insurance is the same way, Social Security. And then you get into laws. Now, hold on. What are laws? Laws are the chains that bind you. Laws don't affect... When are laws ever in your benefit? Never. Ever. Well, John, laws keep us safe. That's what they tell you. Every crime has to have a victim. Does it not? No. The cities of cities can, for profit. Corporations that profit from crimes write rules that you break. And then they hire employees that within minutes, they give them a badge. And they have to swear an oath to uphold your rights, which they don't. Within minutes, these employees will tell you how much you owe the people that hired them. And now I'm in the Social Security. I'm like, dude, what my attorney did was detrimental for me. The attorney that would never meet, it's got to be all emails. I don't talk on the phone. I don't meet in person. But he meets with the judges at the Social Security Administration. They're not judges. They're administrative law. This is what they like to be called. Administrative law judges. No, you're an employee hired by Social Security. You get paid by Social Security. And you find loopholes to save Social Security, which screws people like me. Johnny, you should be grateful. I should, man, because my VA compensation for injuries sustained, It's non-taxable. It can never be used against me. And the world's largest insurance company's using it against me. I'm not on here for the, oh, thank you for your service bullshit. No. No, the VA, man, you can't treat people like this. The top of the food chain at the VA, if you join the military and the worst things happen, you are $20,000 less. If you're at the max, you're $20,000 less than the medium income. Medium income in the United States is $60,000. $60,000, man. That ain't very much. Not when everything, that's one vehicle. But hey, that's 4 tires and a steering wheel. That's got a windshield. That's got to be 60 grand. You kidding? That's got a motor that's got a transmission that's going to break 3 times before it reaches 100,000 miles. That's got to be worth 60 grand. We live in a world of greed, dude, and everything is against us. And the things that are against you, you don't have a say-so in, like Social Security. Paid in it my whole life, and I can never opt out of it. And it's the worst investment you can make. The least amount of payout you can get. But that's what everybody else is doing. Who's going to ask questions? Who listens to Johnny? You think I would have listened to me back then? No, let them just have their $61 a week. Who cares, man, right? If I ever get hurt, they'll find ways to deny me, right? My 60 days ends today where I can file in federal court, and I'm waiting on their decision. Now, I know they sent me a decision. I just can't locate my decision. So I went to this corrupt Dan Davis. Do not use Dan Davis for your Social Security in Oklahoma City, please, God Almighty. It's not Dan Davis. It's a Roger Hill guy, and he'll never see you. And I guarantee you he works for Social Security. He absolutely fucked me to tears. And you think, hey, man, all that money I paid in, I only get $1,700. All right, I'll take it. No, we don't have to pay you because somebody else is paying you. Well, what does that have to do with all the money I paid you? Insurance companies, man, how is it legal? When you insure your home's insured. Doesn't matter what it's insured for. Elephant escaped from the zoo. Did you have elephant insurance? No, then we don't have to pay. I think the worst one was, there's a bank, man, they got 6 words in their motto, and 2 of them are loyalty. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you. They are the most. My stepfather got me a bunch of loans because my business, I did everything just on personal credit. I didn't do it right by no means. And he wanted credit life insurance on it. But he took the vaccine and died a few weeks later. And they already changed the payouts from these insurance companies. Now, it was about 2 years, right at 2 years. He died 18 months after a loan because he was retiring from the Air Force. Civil service, his second retirement. And he died a month after retirement. And the bank didn't have to pay the credit life, because on the back of page 7 in fine print says any medications. Any. If you take any, they changed all of it as soon as the vaccines came out. So no insurance company has to pay for sudden death. I don't know what to say, man. That's why I do these TikToks. These are my therapeutic TikToks. I'm Johnny, man. Much love, America.